We begin today with living with cancer. Meet Diane Paradise, a woman whose doctor told her she had just 12 weeks to live.
I went to the doctors, it was misdiagnosed twice, and I finally decided to have surgery. And when I did, it came back that it was Hodgkin's disease, lymphocyte predominant. And I went through 6 months of chemotherapy. I followed it with 6 weeks of radiation. The thing I remember the most about it is the insomnia because of the pain. And I remember at night, and this is the most vivid memory I have, is that at night I would have to sit on the floor and wrap my knees around my chest and hold them there and just rock until I passed out from exhaustion. Radiation just fatigued me, and at the end of the radiation I ended up with a 3rd-degree burn. I really thought to myself, I never want to go through this again. And they figured 5 years I would be cured. 5 years, I had my little I'm cancer-free, I'm cured party with friends and family. At my 6-year checkup was when I found out that it was not only back, but it was back with a vengeance. It was stage 3, and it was pretty much in most of my lymph nodes in my body. And the doctor referred me to another doctor, and when I went to that doctor, he had 10 months of chemotherapy and a bone marrow transplant, all planned out. And I thought, I don't want to go through this again. I'm young, I'll adjust, I want a quality life. It really didn't matter to me if I had quantity, it really mattered if I had quality, and I did not want to be sick. I ended up sitting my family down and telling them I wasn't going to receive any treatment. And then I went on vacation. I left and went to Hilton Head Island, had a blast with my friends, and while I was on vacation, September 11th happened. And I remember very clearly because as I was watching that, I started to think there were so many people that day that passed away, that died, and they didn't have a choice. And I had a choice, and I was choosing to die. And it was then that I realized that I had to look for a natural alternative. There had to be something to help me get my lymphatic system, my immune system working again. And I found Dr. Rubin. The first 25 minutes were nothing about me. It was about my family, my friends, my support system, the death of my parents. How did I handle that? And I sat there after about 25 minutes of constant questions like this thinking, did I make a mistake? Aren't we here to talk about cancer? And when I did that, it was at that moment he looked at me and said, who's the woodworker in your family? And I said, my father was a woodworker. Did he use treated lumber? Yes. Were you anywhere near the treated lumber? Yes, I used to clean up the sawdust. And at that moment, he handed me a thing of paper that was about an inch thick, maybe a half-inch thick, that said copper was in treated lumber. And copper was directly correlated to the type of Hodgkin's disease that I had. At that moment, I realized he just did more for me and taught me more about the root cause of my disease than anybody ever had. He had already started putting together the pieces of the puzzle. I went home to my doctor and I said to him that this is what I'm going to do, and he said that he would be dead in 12 weeks. And I got on a plane anyways and took my chances. And we went through, I think it was 5 days of treatment with Dr. Rubin. I woke up the following Monday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had so much energy. I hadn't had that much energy in months. I walked into the clinic and Dr. Rubin's assistant looked at me and said, can I help you? She didn't recognize me.
Now, 14 years later, Diane is empowering people with cancer to be their own cancer superhero through speaking, coaching, support tools, and her blog at www.naturalcancergirl.com.
Diane Paradise has a spirit that's unwavering. I often said that great deeds in medicine stem from raw physician talent and the unwavering courage of our patients. And the relationship that I have with Diane Paradise is one of that. This is an instance where I can be proud, again, to have the opportunity to help somebody live and live well who then goes on to help others. You don't see that very often. This is a true pay-it-forward story.
you.